Shalom. Shalom, Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And in this quick lesson, just going to get into, are you ready for the Lord to come back tonight? Right? And this is a saying that I know Brother Yuan uses within our camp, that he'll use to ask Jake that claims they believe in the Lord, right? Or, in a higher power. Are they ready? Because, most of the times we deal with Christians, all they know, Jesus Christ is King, all that shit, right? So, but are you ready for him to come back tonight? Right? Meaning, if this was your last day, right, are you ready for him to come back tonight? If there's any other answer, then yeah, then you by default don't want the kingdom of heaven to come. That's mean you love being here in this wicked ass place. Because this is what the mindset that the elect is going to be in. I'm going to go ahead and get the 2 Peter chapter 3 at verse 12. I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Like I said, looking for and hasting, right? So the elect, they're going to be looking forward to the Lord come back, and not only looking forward to it, they're going to be hastening it, crying unto Yahweh Bashem Shai to come soon. Ultimately, to come soon, come get us out this place, come take us out of hell, pretty much. Because that's what Babylon the Great is for you, Jake. It's hell. We're in Esau's heaven, and this is Jacob's hell, right? So, if you was to ask a Christian, are you ready for the Lord to come back? And if it's anything but a hell yeah or something like that, or like a yeah, then you don't want the kingdom of heaven to come. You don't want things to change, right? But a lot of the times they don't understand that. What does that entail? What does that even look like for Yahweh Bashem Shai to come back? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. What was that? Zephaniah 1. 113. That area. 15. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 15. Matter of fact, I'm starting at 14. It says, the great day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is near, it is near, and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Right? So it's not going to be looking, that day is not going to be pretty much a pretty day for Yahweh Shai to come back, when Yahweh Shai comes back. It's going to be a day that's going to, right, a lot of people are going to perish. You're going to have some martyrs in this truth, man. Though not all is going to taste death, some of the elect, they're going to taste death. But they're going to do it in the names of Yahweh Bashem Shai. The scripture says, your works follow you. Pretty much, right? So with the works following you, that's mean, you giving your life for Yahweh Bashem Shai, you still part of the elect. You good. You win in the end. But yeah, a lot of the Christians, hell, not even just Christians, really even these other camps, man. Because it just came back to my memory. Because I remember it was IUIC, a former IUIC member, he said pretty much, I forgot which brother comment board he was on, but he was on I think it was a comment board, uh, pretty much going on about like, how he really didn't want the Lord to come back, to be honest. How he actually really wanted to stay here because these other camps, they don't push the coming of the Lord. They push pretty much making this your rest, chilling here, being good here. Not trying to serve Yahweh Bashem Shah, not looking forward to a new heavens and a new earth. No, they just looking forward to, no, just be here. Just chill here. Build here. When we just got in 2 Peter's the 3rd chapter, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai. That's what the elect is going to be doing. Because if you was to ask any, person that's truly serving Yahweh Bashem Shai, truly wants this place to be destroyed, guess what they're going to say? They are going to say an astounding, hell yeah, yes, get me out of this garbage. That's how they're going to be. Get me out of this garbage. They're going to be, they're going to be ready since ultimately yesterday. Since yesterday they was ready, man. Right? Because I'm ready to get up out of here. I know you sincere Akim as well as you few sincere Akwath are ready to get out of here as well. So with that being said, if you're not in the mindset of like, I'm ready to get out of here now, then you by default have to love wickedness. Because how was Lot when he was amongst wicked men? He hated it. What is this, 1 Peter? Lot was vexed with the daily conversation of the wicked. Right? So it was a daily thing of being vexed with the deeds of the wicked, being surrounded by the wicked. That's that's the spirit that the elect will be in. And if you're not in that spirit, if you're not in the spirit of looking forward to the Lord coming back, then you might want to check it. You might want to watch who you following. And if you're following GMS, you're feeling that way, then you can't believe. You can't believe what we believe in, because if you do, you'll be wanting the Lord to come back now. Simple as that. Right? So if you can't answer that question, are you ready for the Lord to come back tonight? With a yes. And even if you do say yes, so because some Christians, they'll probably say yeah, but I'll say but then you have to clarify, like, okay, so you ready for the Lord to destroy this place? You ready for mass destruction to come upon this planet Earth, to America, Babylon the Great? Then they start looking at you funny, like, oh, what you mean by that? Don't know the scriptures. And like I said, it's even the same for these other camps, man. These other camps, they're not looking forward to Yahweh Shai coming back. Right? They just want to, to them it's just a movement, like the Guerrilla Hebrew says, man. It's just like a movement to them. Oh, it's just a movement. Head wraps, fringes. Still got a cig in your hand though, smoking, no change. Still that same old creature, man. Because, bro, these other camps are a bunch of hirelings. All they want is numbers, and then put on that facade of being a soldier, like the Pharisees did, man. Bunch of whitest sepulchres. I'm saying that right? Which is basically, they look good on the outside, but in the inside is dead man bones. Right? Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that, because I'm saying it wrong. I did. Sepulchres. Okay, there it goes. I'm saying that right. This is Matthew chapter 23, verse 27. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites of the camps, For ye are like unto whited sepulchres. Okay. Yeah, sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Right? That's exactly these other camps. Right? They put forth, they have a, they look like they're righteous, but they're not. Inside they're just dead man bones, man. Bunch of niggas that don't give a fuck about the nation of Israel. Hell, willing to sell them out for a bag. 501c charter. Just to be taxes them, just to get all that extra money, but to sell out, you have to sell out your own people, man. Them are some of the worst people, man. What is that? I think it's a quote on it. Like your worst, like pretty much your worst enemy is not your actual enemy. Your worst enemy is someone that pretends to be your friend. That's your worst enemy, right? Somebody that pretends to be your friend. Damn, man, that's an enemy you don't really want to. You don't want to have. You don't want to have. And Esau, he'll do that. He'll act like he's your friend. But not to go too far into that. But yeah, this is the question you should ask yourself. Are you ready for the Lord to come back tonight? And then if so, then you are saying you are ready for Babylon the Great to be destroyed. You are ready for a transition of kingdoms, and that transitioning of kingdoms is not going to look pretty. It's going to be mass death. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. I know it's in Amos. It's Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Bashem Shai is darkness and not light." Right? So, with saying, are you ready for the Lord to come back tonight? And you say yes, you must understand that it's going to be darkness and not light. Like I said, a lot of people going to perish on this side, man. Right? A lot of people is not going to make it. The only ones that are going to make it is his servants. Right? Isaiah the 65th chapter, man. My servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. They're the only ones that's going to make it. And even then, they're scarcely going to be saved. But yeah, that was really the point, man. Ask yourself that. And if you are ready for the Lord to come back, good. You should be. You should be hastening that for that day to come. But anyways, Lord willing, I want to end it off by saying, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yesharala.